Tuesday morning, and we're back doing winning back squats again. Now, last week we were doing 5x5s. Doing this week now we're doing 5x3s. Up at the percentages. This time 80 to 85%. Now, last week, if you're watching along, I was saying about how I find my torso tilts forward like this here on the front squat or on the back squat, and then whenever I come up, then the back goes up. So I want to try and fix that this week. Now, I've seen a video here with the Seek Strength boys on YouTube, and this is what it's here. Have a look at this.
So generally, when we look at people who have longer legs, we will often see them run into the issue of how far their knees can travel over their toes. Now, this is important because if we have inadequate forward knee travel, we will see an unfavourable change in the back angle during the squat. If the knees don't travel forward enough over the toes in the high bar squat, this will force the forward tipping of the torso angle, which will of course lead to either missing of the squat due to a forced bailing or due to unfavourable loading of the posterior chain by increasing the length of the moment arm, aka your back. Lifters with shorter femurs will often have an accompanying higher quality of dorsiflexion. Longer leg lifters do, however, have a second option to combat this lack of proportional dorsiflexion. They can widen their squat stance, which allows them to reduce the amount of forward knee travel while allowing the hips to sit in between the heels. This will then allow us to maintain a more upright back angle with less effort, increasing the quality of our squats.
So that's what I'm going to try and implement today with these back squats. I'm going to try and fix the torso tilting forward, and as you see there, I'm going to try and get my ass to my heels really, and maybe just widen the stance a wee bit more. So it might not happen. I'm going to do these back squats today. 85% is 130 kilos, so it's still fairly heavy for me, but the main focus of today's back squatting session is to try and correct that torso angle, and hopefully by watching that wee video and implementing them tips from the Seek Strength boys, that might help. Right, so I have 130 kilo on here now, 85% with my 1 rep max, and this is going to be the first set of 3. I want to keep the camera at a side angle today just to see if these differences help me my torso angle. So trying to keep the torso straight. To watch that back there, the first one wasn't too bad, the second one was atrocious, and then the third one wasn't great neither. Just looked like I was kind of maybe descending a wee bit fast on them, so I'm going to maybe slow the descent down, and then whenever I'm coming back up then try and drive out of the bottom, but just maybe slow it down a bit kind of fast on the way down. We'll slow that down and see does that help. Went a wee bit slower that time, but first rep wasn't too bad, but then the other one then again just a bit more of a leaning forward. Now there is going to be a bit of a leaning forward. I'm not expecting this to be just like pin straight on the way up and down, but it's 130 kilos and that is heavy for me. Now some people say that's not much, it could be like a warm-up set for them, but for me that is fairly heavy. So if I'm leaning a slight bit forward at this weight, I'm still happy enough with that, as long as I'm aware that I'm trying to correct it and get more knees over toes and try and get my ass back into my heels to allow for that torso to stay straight. What I noticed I was doing before was I was kind of pushing my hips back, and that was counter-leaving me like this. I was like way forward and then coming up, so I'm just trying to figure that out and fix it. Right, so that's the third set of squats done. That there third set felt fairly good, you know, and looking back at it, and I was keeping fairly straight. If you're watching back, right, keep an eye where my heel and the barbell is. That's the kind of straight line you want it to be. So once it comes away off that, then that tells me I'm tilting too forward. So when I'm watching this back, I'm watching from the heel, that line right up through the barbell, usually like an imaginary line, and keep an eye on that. So we're going to get now, we have 2 sets of 3 left, and we'll try this 4th set. That third rep was just a lack of concentration. I was thinking ahead, I wasn't even thinking on the lift, and then I just made a balls of it, and you seen like how far I had to come up like that. That was just concentration. The first two I felt was good enough, but then the third one, then I don't know, I took my mind off it for a second and just ended up like, I don't know, I had a wee brain fart. So that was the fourth set. We have one more set to do, and that'll be me finished up. So far, definitely, like, they're not perfect by no means, but again, the percentage is fairly heavy, so we're going to have a wee bit of a tilt. Maybe if you really were to do this here and practice the technique, and I will do this more, is come back down the weight, get the weight nice and light, and just really hone in on the correct torso. But just today, these percentages I had to do, I wanted to try and implement it here, but I will definitely be taking a back step and trying to implement this at a lighter weight, so then that the easier weights in, or the heavier weights in, it should feel easy. But no, just being aware of that, hey. And as I say, the Seek of Strength boys there, I done a back squat program of theirs a way back, and it's really, really good. The Road to Anywhere it's called. I would definitely recommend jumping on that if you. It's a tough program, but it's very good. The boys know their stuff. Like, I never seen two men as smart, hey, and definitely worth a follow. Hey, they're really, really, really good. Right, last set, and we get on that. That was the fifth and final set of 3 on the back squats done. I just noticed that time, although I'm wearing a belt there, keeping the core tight. So whenever you come down at the start, whenever you start, take a deep breath in. Imagine like you're going under the water in a swimming pool, so you're like, breathe at the top. And I really tried to focus on that in the last rep. Sometimes too, you know, you're breathing, you could buckle in the middle again if you let out the air in the midway down or in the midway up, and that could just hinder it as well. So I'm just trying to think of any wee thing at all that's going to help it. So keep yourself braced, keep it nice and tight, and as I say, I'm only practicing this, I'm only trying to make mine better. If it works for me, well, you might get a benefit out of it, but so far anyways, that's the day one done of it, and I'm really, really going to focus on it from now on, because it even looks awful on a back squat coming up, and then that torso starting to come after. Trying to keep it all in sync looks far better. So that's the goal for the next while anyways, until it's just second nature. Right, we have a workout to do next. It's got 2 rounds, short enough. We want 400 metre run, 20 toes to bar, and 100 double under, so 2 rounds of that. And actually for this workout I got a new pair of grips. Came the other day, so we're going to try these out today for the toes to bar. Now it says on these you don't even need chalk for them, so we'll see how that goes. No more chalk. Wristbands, the grips, neat wee carrier bag. We'll give these grips a go. Now usually I'm a Victory grip man, but we'll give these a go and see. And you know what I like about them as well? Look, this here is real soft on the wrist. Look at that material there. I know I wear wristbands anyways, but it's just real nice. Good quality, heavy pair of grips. Right, new grips are on, new wrist straps. Whole new fresh setup, so we'll give this workout a go. Right, 8:47, finished that workout and 12-minute time cap on it. Just kind of slow enough in the run, to be honest. Unbroken on the toes to bar. 250s the first round on the dubs, and then a 15 225s on the last round. That's why I broke that up, and that was good enough. the main focus really of the day was the back squats, trying to get them right. But good day's training, short and sweet, wasn't too bad. The grips, definitely, very good job. Not one need for chalk, and definitely very good. I thought they might have felt a bit big for whenever you had the rope in your hand, you know, but no problem at all, very good. Good grips, great wee box, nice wee carrier bag, great wristbands. It's a nice wee setup. So that's the training for the day, folks. We will see you tomorrow, Wednesday, for the next one. Good luck.